Record on this one. Hello, thank you for tuning in to this telecast. This is the Diaspora Panel, the voice of the diaspora. I am in the studio with me tonight. I have Mr. Ademola Adisa, who's based in United Kingdom. Mr. Adisa, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Oh, thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
I have Mr. Ola Lawal in Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Hey, thank you for having me today, and good day to all our viewers.
And my very good politician friend, Mr. Olaita Adedigba. You're welcome. From America. You're welcome to this meeting.
Yeah, thanks for having me this afternoon. Our viewers at home, glad knowing that you are there.
Thank you. Thank you. So I want to say a big thank you to all our new subscribers. We have about over 400 in the last few weeks. I want to thank you. And perchance, if you're one of our viewers and you love our videos and you have not yet subscribed, please hit that button now. It is free of charge so that anytime we do the next video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. So thank you as you subscribe. And if you can share the video so that other people can also benefit from it. Today, we're going to talk about politics as usual. We're going to talk about Goodluck Jonathan, who is being drafted into the presidential race of 2027. So in the last 1 week, we saw that Goodluck Jonathan was summoned to Minna, the house of a one-time president, Ibrahim Babangida, to consult. And we did not know what was said. It was not published, but it looks like from what the spokesman for former President Jonathan is saying, is putting out into the public space. It's looking like President Jonathan is gearing up to contest in 2027. In fact, we understand that he's saying that if PDP, which is actually asking him to come back to come and contest, if PDP wants him to come back and contest, he wants Alhaji Atiku Abubakar back in PDP, and he's giving them conditions that he wants Atiku back in PDP, he wants Peter Obi back in PDP. We also understand that he has offered Obi that Obi will become his minister for the economy if and he's asking Obi to drop his own presidential ambition. So first of all, I'm going to go to you first, Demola. When Jonathan was, when he contested in 2015, it is these same people, the Atiku Abubakars of this world, who gather together. They call him the clueless president. They say he's clueless. And they gathered against him and they actually left PDP for APC so that they ganged up against him and then made sure he lost the election. Now, these same people are now coming back to him and saying, we want you, so that their permutation is that because he's already spent one term, if he comes there now, it's constitutionally bound to spend only one term of 4 years, so that it's safer than an Obi who is promising them that you spend 4 years. Obi can get there, spend 4 years, and then find out that he has much into that. Say, no, I want to do a second term. But this one, Jonathan, can only spend only 4 years because constitutionally it would not be allowed to continue. So the question I want to ask you, Demola, is, so as Jonathan now, he was called a clueless president, he has no clue what is there. Has he now gone back to school? He has to learn something new that is bringing him back to the table. Is that what this is now?
Okay, thank you, Deji. Politics is a very beautiful thing, and people can do anything to get whatever they want. In 2015, because Goodluck Jonathan was against their interests, they call him, they give him a bad name to hang him. Now, they want him now. They don't even just want him now. They have tried it also in 2022-23, they tried to lure him to prevent Tinubu from getting the southern vote. They even get him, the APC, at that time it was APC that was luring him to come in. They even bought him the 100 million nomination form. He didn't buy that bait because I think the effort to bring Jonathan in is not for the interest of the South. It's because they want to use him again against the Southern interest, because they know that they can easily manipulate him, as they did when he was the president. They didn't give him any free hand. They didn't support him. They even undermine him and sabotage his government. They finance all the terrorist action, the Boko Haram and all these insurgencies, just to discredit him and to make him not be able to have a second term. Now, I don't think this is going to be possible, and I don't think he will bite it. Even his wife have categorically came out to say that Jonathan is not coming back at all. So they are only trying all other means. Then another perspective is even legally right to even, they didn't even have constitutional right to recontest. There was a amendment to the Constitution that says that anybody that have contested, that have used the terms of any president, can only go for only another one term. That is another 4 years.
Yes.
Which means Jonathan have done that. He has spent 6 years already as a president. So going for another 4-year term, we go into 10 years of him. That is unprecedented, and that is, I don't think the Constitution allowed that. So constitutionally, that's a problem there. Another angle about this is also to see that Jonathan in himself doesn't think that because the condition he gave even indicate that he's not even ready to come in. Bringing on the condition that he want Atiku Abubakar come back, for Peter Obi to come back. This is something that can never be possible. And
Okay.
not talk less of not even giving Peter Obi the presidential ticket of PDP, but only the coordinating minister for the economy or whatever. I don't think Obi will buy that bit.
Thank you, Demola. Thank you, Demola. Let me pause you there. Shupo, Obi has been told, first of all, there was a time that Atiku Abubakar told Obi, come and be my vice president. And then I will spend 4 years and I will support you in 2031. We've now seen another person, Jonathan, telling Obi, come and be my minister for the economy. Are they saying that Obi does not have the charisma, that Obi does not have the wherewithal, that it can't be a president, you can only be a boy? Is that what Obi is?
Yeah, I think there is a general consensus within the ruling elites that it is not yet Obi's time, so to speak. So he should probably take a back seat, let the old boys run first, and then eventually it will get to him. I think to kind of take off from what Mr. Disa just said, there are two main narratives that are going on. Or let me actually say it's actually one narrative, but they are looking at it in two perspectives. It is very clear that for 2027, the presidency is zoned to the south. Unless if a northern candidate runs in that election and actually wins. If a northern candidate runs in that election and wins the election, it mutes all arguments about it being the turn of the South, because then the argument will be that, well, Nigerians overwhelmingly voted for that northern candidate. How can that happen in 2027? You already have an incumbent, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a southerner. You have Peter Obi, who is from the southeast, who has the obedient movement behind him. How else can you get a northern candidate a chance to win in such an election? Well, if you bring another southern candidate and you then split southern votes in 3 ways, perhaps in that scenario, a northern candidate, can have a chance. Now, who are the northern candidates that are likely to contest? There are only Atiku Abubakar and Rabiu Kwankwaso. I don't think Rabiu Kwankwaso is a serious candidate, to be quite honest. He does not have any appeal outside of Kano. The amount of work that will be needed for him to win across the nation is impossible. So the only real northern credible candidate, credible from the sense that can actually run, will be Atiku Abubakar. So if Atiku contests in that election and Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Goodluck Jonathan also contest, splitting southern votes, guess what? You have the return of the North. That, I think, is the scenario that is playing out. They are waiting for Jonathan to bite the bullet.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Laita, well, the question I want to ask you, Shukwa, just ask you now. So what I want to ask you is, we have a regional structure in Nigeria. We have the North, we have the South. And that's a clear dividing line, very clear. So basically, now Atiku Abubakar, who is leading the coalition, who is likely to emerge as the candidate of the coalition, is from the North. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the executive in office, is from the South. Now, some people, including the former President Ibrahim Babangida, as we heard, are trying to prop up, they're trying to sponsor, they're trying to coerce former President Goodluck Jonathan to come into the race in 2027. So, and one young politician, Dumebi Kachuku, who is the ADC former presidential candidate 2023 election, has said something that is very striking. He said that the plan of the northern elite, which Chukwas is not now reiterating, is that they want Tinubu from the west to be there in the election. They want to be from the southeast to be there in the election, and they are raising Jonathan from the south-south, so that you have somebody from the south-south, somebody from the southwest, somebody from the southeast, and then you have only one person from the north. So then you can, so that Atiku can have all the votes in the north. That's the game plan. And then Tinubu, Jonathan, and Obi can split the vote in the south. So what will then happen possibly will be Atiku maybe will get the vote of the north, and then maybe have some pockets of vote in the south and be able to win. Do you think this kind of game plan will work, Lighton?
Thank you for that question. The game plan arose from the fact that these political heavyweights in the northern part of the country, they are discontented with the government of the day. Right. The fact that they don't have, they don't normally have access to the way they normally do. They have access to the Nigerian Nigerian currency, Nigerian money, free of charge. It is no more there. So they are now feeling the heat. Now they want the power to go back to the north. But they don't. What they are doing is they are permutating, right? If Jonathan should come out, it will split the vote of Obi and Tinubu. But they are what they are. Is a lazy thinking, and lazy way of thinking. How when Jonathan was there, Tinubu defeated them, arms down, right? We did not, and now we are. Don't forget. They call North that they normally call themselves interest of the North. They are the Northwest and the Northeast, right? So the North Central, they don't believe that they are part of them. So what we are doing right now is Tinubu has penetrated the North Central, right? God help him if he should pick a Christian candidate. In the northwest, the Kaduna has fallen, Katsina falling, Kano falling, right? No, Kano, no. But I know they will have 25%. But with the situation on ground, Tinubu we get a lot of votes in the north, and once he gets a lot of votes from the north, it's easy winning. We've come 2027, right? What they are doing is they are just permutating. Why should Babangida? Because they always, pick somebody will be the president who will do this, but Tinubu defy all their permutations. He coasted home and he won the 2023 election. They never expected it. So this guy is fantastic. He knows what he's doing. I will go back to the drawing board. He said in his word that he has never lost any election in his lifetime. So come what may, God be with him. He will win again, right? Maybe let them choose somebody from Ibadan or from Osho State. The person will lose. Tinubu will win. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Demola, so that's the question I want to ask you is now, let's lay everything down. Let's lay it down in black and white. So the Nigeria that Jonathan led before 2015, the political calculation, the political atmosphere, the landmines here, they are completely different. Before Jonathan left office, there were no obedience. There are obedience now who have a voting bloc. Before then, there was no Tinubu factor. Although you have the Southwest, the ACN, but right now what you have is a Tinubu factor. So right now, Jonathan, if he says he wants to become the PDP contest as the PDP candidate in 2027, where will his votes come from? Where will it come from? If Atiku is in the north, is contesting, Tinubu is in the west, Tinubu comes from the west, the Tinubu factor is there, he has all his people, the APC is controlling about 27 states. Obi has the obedience. So who are the people that will vote for President Jonathan? Where will the votes come from?
Yeah, the Jonathan is much wiser and is a gentleman and is very honorable. I don't think he will come out. That is one thing. Now, if he did, he will bring back the bad memory of his government. If people think Nigeria is suffering from amnesia and they cannot know, they can't remember what happened in the past, they are joking. Nigeria knew what Jonathan left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that period where the money was stolen with impunity everywhere. They were hiding money. They forgot that all this when we were digging money out of grave and everywhere. This is the era of Jonathan. The era when the military were marginalized and ill-equipped, and when contract money that meant for weapons was siphoned and shared among themselves. Everybody knows this. They know what happened to the oil and where that is bastardized and all money is going into individual pocket and not into the government pocket. So it will only bring back bad memory about his regime. And that is why I believe the wife doesn't want him to come. Now, if you know, the Babangida is not a sincere man. He tried to persuade.
Demola, please let's withdraw that.
No,
No.
politically, I'm not
Please,
taking.
let's withdraw that. He is a sincere man. He
No,
is a
that
sincere.
politically, his sincerity is not for the Nigeria, it's for the North. Sincerity, we need to be factual. He tried to persuade Bola Tinubu not even to contest in 2023. It's not because he loves him, it's not because it's for the interest of Nigeria, it's for the interest of the North, because he knew the North it will be difficult for the North to regain and retain power. Now again, this time around, if he's sincere, he knew what President Tinubu is doing to bring back all the sanity for Nigeria. If it's true that he is the one that invited Jonathan to come and put some sand into Tinubu's gari, I don't think there's any sincerity in that. Now, the invitation of Jonathan, as is plainly, is just to divide the vote of the South. Pure and simple. They want to divide the vote of the South so that Atiku Abubakar can have a easy ride. They tried that permutation in 2023, and it's one of the reasons I believe that they sent Obi to go and contest to divide the vote of the South so that but it backfired and they lose all that vote. This time around, the ground is totally different. Tinubu is even already having all the machineries and structure of PDP in his hand to deliver vote for him in 2027. So
Okay.
trying to bring anything, where is Jonathan going to have? I don't think. Look, Jonathan himself, even if he contested for governorship now, he will lose.
Okay. Thank you so much, Demola. Shupo, I want you to focus on Obi. Okay. Now, Obi is from the southeast, and if you look at the last election, majority of his votes came from southeast, south, and the Christian Middle Belt, North Central. This is the same constituency of Jonathan. So Jonathan is going to appeal to the Christians in the North Central. He's going to appeal to the people of the South. And because his wife is Igbo, he will appeal to the people of the Southeast. He's not going to get any vote in the Southwest. Don't even think about it. And it's not likely to get votes from the Northeast, Northwest. They are just deceiving him. He's not going to get any vote from the Northeast. They are just deceiving him. So between Obi and Jonathan, with the obedience in place, with the calculations in place, who do you think is likely to get the vote of that, demographic? The Christian Middle Belt, the South, and the Southeast. Who do you think? Do you think Jonathan will B to it, or do you think they will split it?
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of things that will determine where those votes will go. I think one of it will be determined by who actually contests in that election. But a lot of it will be determined largely by the policies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I say that because he is the only horse in this race who has the ability to say, I've been president, I'm presidential. Look at the policies that I've implemented in the last 4 years. Look at how we're turning the economy around. I need more time to do this for you. That is a more easier message for people to accept than somebody who has never been in the corridors of power. So, if we look at a lot of things, projects that are going on, if these turnkey projects, begin to turn around, where electricity becomes stable, food prices becomes reasonable, some of these companies start hiring, and there's a little bit of the unemployment rate goes down. There are lots of good things in the pipeline that will make Bola Ahmed Tinubu's job easier. They obviously would need to reach out, do a lot of reaching out actually to that movement, because there are a lot of narratives right now that foundationally and fundamentally does not endear Tinubu to that particular group. So those, I think, are important things that that would, and even with that, I would say not all of that vote on and that block will move towards Tinubu. I think, depending also if Jonathan is on the ballot, depending also on what he promises and whatever he puts out in his own platform, will also determine. I think for obedience, Peter Obi is the holy grail, mainly because of the vision that he has put out. I think he has been quite successful in, even single-handedly, I would say, turning people to that mindset that we are a nation of consumption. Let's begin to produce. Let's begin, to improve our exports, and we will have a better share. And by the way, there are many opportunities for us to do that. That, I think, has been a message that Peter Obi has championed, that has resonated with a lot of obedience. Does it mean that Tinubu is not doing the same? He is. But he has not been quite successful in his messaging, to be able to get the attention of that movement. I,
Okay.
as an obedience, I accept that message. But I think where I differ from a lot of obedience is I also understand that having a vision is one thing. Being able to put your vision across the legislative framework to execution is a totally different thing. I
Thank
would
you.
say maybe a lot of past presidents also have good intentions, but not all of them have been successful in being able to implement it. So it would depend a lot on who is on the ballot in that election and how well Nigeria performs between
Okay.
2023 and probably 2026,
Thank you.
for that block to determine who they will vote for.
Thank you, Chupo. So, Lighton, I just want you to analyze something for us. Now, since the last election in 2023, Tinubu has consolidated the ground. Now, in 2023, he lost in the Southeast, he lost in the South-South, he won partially even in the Southwest. But since after that 2023, he has locked down Lagos. The Obedient are not going to make that big win they did in 2023. It's not going to happen again. Osun State, where they voted for Atiku PDP, they have now declared that in 2027, they are going to vote for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the entire Southwest locked. Okay. Now let's go to the South-South. Since 2023, Edo State has turned from PDP to APC. Delta State has switched from PDP to APC. Cross River State switched from
Yes,
PDP to APC. River State, the former Governor Wike has effectively, in fact, in the last election anyway, they voted APC. Okay, so now Cross River State, the governor there is aligning with APC. So the entire 6 states, and even if you go to Bayelsa State, the governor there is up nothing with the president. So the whole of that South-South is they are looking towards the president. Okay, Southeast, the president, governor of Anambra State, Soludo, is looking towards the president. In fact, in the Imo State, the governor there is APC. in Abia State. There, so Tinubu has covered a lot of ground in the south, and the same thing in the north central. So, do you think that Jonathan will take this bait? Do you think Jonathan is not coming to disgrace himself?
Disgrace, right? When you say disgrace, is
Because if Jonathan, somebody said that, is it the mother that said that if Jonathan contests for the governorship now today, is it governorship or local government chairman, that if it's not likely to win. So if somebody in the caliber of Jonathan comes to contest and maybe it doesn't even win in one state. I mean, look at what happened in the primaries of the APC in 2023, where some people went there, they didn't win one vote. Like Dili Mohammed didn't win one vote. That's a disgrace. So what I'm saying is that, do you think Jonathan should take this bait? Because they are baiting him. They are not going to vote for him. They just want him to become a spoiler. So do you think Jonathan should rather support Peter Obi, who is from his own side of the country, or support Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is doing a good job, or stay aloof, or should he throw himself in the ring and disgrace himself?
this disgrace will be understatement, right? Where you consider what the lot that will befall President Jonathan, because the obedience in the northeast, the obedient in the south, they will not vote for Jonathan. They will rather prefer to vote for the Obi that they are voting for. So where is Jonathan going to get the vote to make sure he win election there? He wants to become a spoiler, right? Because I heard the spokesperson, one of his allies, saying Jonathan is coming out, right? But like Demola, like Wole Soyinka rightly said, are we all suffering from collective amnesia? We forgot what Jonathan did, right? Where people are all this of Armgate, Desani Gate, all these things. The clueless man, a lot of things where we are. Do you know how much we make in the oil? In the oil, in the sale of petroleum, right? Everything they balloon everything. So you want to come back to come and do what? It should rather say as a state man, he should rather remain a state man rather than coming out to come and disgrace himself, right? Because a lot of people, they will not vote for him over there. What will be his campaign machine? What has he done? What was his source? What was his precedence that he wants to lay emphasis on that? Okay, he want to use as a campaign machinery for what? What is it? He have never people. They were carrying people. They were kidnapping people, and you cannot rescue them. A lot of things happened, don't he say that? So he should not just. If I were him as a state man, I would rather become a state man as I'm trying to be, rather than coming out and contest for election. He should not allow, because all these people who are dragging him out, they know that the guy is weak. No doubt about it. They will still, and they will not. It doesn't have all this series of program that Tinubu is doing. That the subsidy removal, all these people, all these things have to be done. Why these people were there? They even sent a former coordinating minister for finance, said Jonathan doesn't have the wherewithal, right, to save money when they were making money in the crude oil. So I don't know. Jonathan should not come out as an advice. He should rather become a state man as he's trying to be, rather than coming out to disgrace himself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lighton. So we've come to the end of today's deliberation. But just before we go, I'm going to give you guys 1 minute each, just a one-liner. Let me start from Demola. I want you to look in the camera, give former President Goodluck Jonathan an advice. What should he do? Should he take this bait? Should he throw his hat into the ring? Please, just 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I will implore the former president to see the good work that President Tinubu is doing now. Especially, I can look. The southern part of Nigeria never have it so good at any time in our political history. Especially liaising, making the South come together. The West and the Southeast and the South-South are speaking almost in one voice now. It should not try to create a dichotomy within the South. It should stay focused and stand by the South and don't be a puppet to the North again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And Shukwa, what's your opinion? What should Jonathan do?
I would say President Jonathan has already demonstrated that he is an elder statesman by not contesting the results of the 2015 election and by relinquishing power. It is something that not a lot of African leaders would do. And I think with that, he has sealed his fate as a reputable person who put the interest of Nigeria before his own. I think he should maintain that and ride that by not coming back to contest in an election where he's clearly being used as a pawn to split Southern votes.
Thank you very much. So, Lighton, just a one-liner. If you are to advise Jonathan, what do you think he should do?
Yeah, like I've said earlier on, I know President Jonathan is an elder statesman, and considering the fact that he was there, I mean, what the people are saying are championing is coming back. What they did to him, he should know that they don't mean well for him. They only want to support him to come and be
Spoiler.
somebody will want to destroy or disparaging somebody's joy. So he should rather stand with President Tinubu and making sure that Tinubu succeed. That's my own stake. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we come to the end of today's meeting. I want to say a big thank you, Mr. Olalawal from Canada. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me.
And also Mr. Olatundedigba all the way from America. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting.
Yeah, it's my pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
Mr. Ademola Disa, thank you so much for coming to today's meeting all the way from London. Thank you.
I'm very glad to be here always.
And to all our viewers, again, I want to say a big thank you. If you are one of our viewers, you've not yet subscribed, please hit that button. It's free of charge so that anytime we do a video, you'll be one of the first people to be notified. And again, we'll see you again next week with another, good topic that we're going to bring you. My name is Dejola Yabajuwe, and I'm based in Ireland. God bless you and goodbye.